Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Ahmad Daniel bin Mar Hisham and I am a student from University Polytechnic Malaysia taking Bachelor of Business Administration. So today I will be presenting about the summary of my article titled The Impact of Financial Literacy on the Financial Behaviour Among University Students Using Digital Payment. So I am doing this research on this assignment for the subject named Research Methodology, and I would like to also give a big appreciation to my lecturer, Dr. Norhayati binti Sulaiman, for giving me guidance and assistance in completing this research assignment. So without further ado, let's start my presentation right now. Okay, so let me introduce to you why I chose this specific topic to make the research about my article. So, in recent years, digital payment methods such as e-wallets and online banking have become very common, especially among university students. While these technologies offer convenience, they can also lead to overspending due to how easy it is to make payments. Because of this, financial literacy becomes very important as it can help and assist students to manage their money more effectively. So the main objective of this study or this research is to examine the relationship between financial literacy and financial behavior among university students in Malaysia. Specifically, it aims to understand whether students with higher financial knowledge demonstrate better financial management. So, previous studies have shown that financial literacy plays a key role in shaping financial behavior. Students with better financial knowledge tend to budget more effectively, control their spending, and avoid impulsive purchases. This is especially important in a digital payment environment where spending can happen very quickly. So this study is supported by two main theories. The first one is the financial literacy theory, which explains that individuals with better financial knowledge make more responsible financial decisions. Second one is the theory of planned behavior, TPB, which suggests that behavior is influenced by attitudes and perceived control. Together, both of these theories help explain how financial literacy affects financial behavior. This study adopts a quantitative research approach using a survey method to examine the relationship between financial literacy and financial behavior among university students. So the sample consists of 339 respondents, including 175 students from public universities and 164 respondents from private universities in Malaysia. So the data were collected using a structured questionnaire distributed both online and physically, including public areas such as Dataran Merdeka, to reach a wider and more diverse group of participants. So the collected responses were then analysed using statistical tools to identify patterns and relationships between the variables. So the software tool that we use is the SPSS software. So these are the key findings for this research. So for the reliability analysis, financial literacy shows a high Cromba alpha of 0.893, indicating a strong consistency in data. However, financial behavior recorded a lower value of 0.532, suggesting that responses may vary across different financial practices. Next is the descriptive analysis. The results shows that financial literacy has a high mean score of 4.01. So this means that students generally have good financial knowledge. However, good financial knowledge has a moderate mean of 3.76, indicating that students do not apply always the knowledge consistency. And then moving forward is the correlation analysis. So the correlation results shows a strong positive relationship with a value of 0.559. So this means that higher financial literacy is associated with better financial behavior among students. Next is the regression analysis. So regression analysis further confirms that financial literacy significantly influences financial behavior with the beta value of 0.377. It is identified as the strongest predictor in this study among other IVs. So this shows that improving financial knowledge can directly improve financial practices. So lastly is the t-test results. So the t-test results show no significant difference between public and private universities. Both groups have similar levels of financial literacy and financial behavior. This means that university type don't significantly influence financial habits. Okay, so now I will be explaining about the strengths and limitations of my article. So the article is supported by a strong sample of 339 students, which make the finding more reliable. It also uses clear statistical analysis such as correlation and regression to show that financial literacy has a positive impact on financial behavior. Then the study is grounded in established theories such as the theory of planned behavior, TPB, which helps explain how knowledge influences decision making. It is also highly relevant to today's context as students increasingly rely on cashless payments such as e-wallets. However, there are some limitations. One key issue is the low reliability of financial behavior measurement, which may not fully reflect real-life behavior. The study also uses only a quantitative approach, so it lacks deeper insights into students' attitudes and motivation. Furthermore, the sampling method may introduce bias, and the study does not fully consider other factors like lifestyle, self-control, or peer influence. In terms of relevance, this article is closely connected to what we learned in this course. It relates to financial management, where students need to understand how to plan, budget, and control their finances. It also links to consumer behavior because it shows how knowledge influences spending decisions. For entrepreneurship, this is especially important as future business owners must manage money wisely to sustain their business. In terms of real world application, the article reflects the current trend of cashless payment, where spending is easier and faster. However, this creates a gap between what students know and how they actually behave. This is useful for universities as it suggests that they should focus more on practical financial skills, not just theory. Um, it is also important for policymakers and financial institutions who can develop tools like budgeting apps and spending alerts to help users manage their money better. So to conclude my article, financial literacy has a strong and significant impact on financial behavior. However, knowledge alone is not enough. Students must also apply what they learn in real-life situations. This is especially important in today's cashless payment environment. So to improve this, universities should provide more financial education programs. Financial institutions can also introduce tools like budgeting, trackers, and spending alerts. At the same time, students should also develop better financial discipline in their daily life. So with that, I have come to the end of my presentation of my article. So I would like to thank all of my audiences for the time, attention, and interest in my article presentation today. I hope that the findings shared have provided useful insights into the importance of financial literacy in shaping responsible financial behavior among students. So thank you all and goodbye.